so good. What I'm gonna say about Messi? Great things. He's a good guy. You do everything for football.
The best player you've ever seen?
Excluding yourself?
Probably, yes. Him, yes. That I play, fight with him, yes.
So what about this idea? You get to the final, Portugal v Argentina. You score 2, Messi scores 2. The last minute, 94th minute, you score a third for your hat-trick and you win the World Cup. Is that, be honest?
It's too good. Come
Is
on.
that the dream?
It's too good. I didn't expect.
And these scenes will live forever as Lionel Messi and Argentina have won the World Cup.
Yeah, that could be the end playing for his country.
And Cristiano Ronaldo is up there with the best of all ever time.
Yeah.
But I just think it's time now with that international. He sees emotions there. I think
he knows it's the end.
And if it is his last game for Portugal, he finishes on 196 caps.
I was curious because we shared this stage 15 years, me and him. I don't know if it's ever happened in football. The same two guys in the same stage all the time. So it's not easy, as you know. And of course, we have a good relationship. We not had a dinner together yet, but I hope in the future.
You're in Monaco tonight.
But it's nice. Of course, I miss to play in Spain. We have that battle the last 15 years, which is good. He pushed me and I push him as well. So it's good to be part of history of football. I'm there, and of course he's there as well.
Speaking about Lionel Messi, of course, that was a crowning moment for him, lifting the World Cup. Does it elevate him yet again in terms of the greatest of all time when we think of Maradona and Pelé, who have lifted that trophy?
Everyone has his opinion, but nobody can doubt that he is there with the greatest all the time. For me, I said many times, I've been is the best, and will be difficult to understand a player can appear and compete what he has done in the last 50, 70 years. But the people who saw Pelé, for example, or Di Stefano, or you know, Maradona, well, I don't know, I saw him, but the people can say my favorite, because also in this opinion there are sentimental, you know, approach. But on the other side, if he would not have won the World Cup, the opinion about what he has done for the world football, in my opinion, personal opinion, that how he's a player would not change absolutely anything. But it's normal that the people, it depends on who win. You are evaluated, and of course for him is the final, you know, cherries of his incredible career.
I remember watching Messi training. Everybody was talking about him, the new kid back then. He showed that he was going to have a great future. For me, it was a joy to have played with him and to see the history that he's making. I didn't teach him anything. He already knew it all. All I did was try to help him in any way that I could. And it wasn't just me. Everybody on the team, Puyol, Deco, everyone tried to help make sure that he was happy and did what he loved the most. He's a great friend, and I'm very happy that I assisted his first goal, which makes me part of the history of a historic player. I think these players have all been the best in their time. Pelé was the best in his time. Maradona was the best in his time. And now Messi, like Romario or Ronaldo, in their time.
That's what happened most of the game that I'm chasing him. Look, this is possibly one of the most embarrassing nights of my life, and the one at Wembley. This is in Rome, where we got beat in the Champions League final. But the thing about him is that he doesn't even come near you. So me and Vidic stood on the halfway line once at Wembley and looked at each other and just went. And we were losing, like, and we were standing there thinking, I've not even touched anyone. Not even got anywhere. If you're a defender in a game, you want to get near people, or at least get the ball. We didn't have the ball, and I didn't get to put my hands on no one to rough up or anything like that. And the problem is when you did get close to him, he was that small and quick. He was going underneath. So I was trying. Normally you go out and you hit someone in the chest, and he was just going underneath it. And I was thinking, this guy, he's a magician. He's the best player I played against. He was just devastating. And I feel we all kind of felt if we played against that Barcelona team without Messi, we probably would have won.
Don't want to talk about the other five. Messi would be, for me, the player I saw would be number one, 100%. That's me. We have to say that Cristiano Ronaldo is for sure in that as well, and all the rest we have to see. Yeah? I saw a few good. I've coached a few really good players, but they didn't finish careers, so we have to, and they still have time to develop. My father always said it's Pelé. Didn't see Pelé live. I'm too young for that. But yeah, there are a lot of good players around there. But that's my ranking. Leon is for me the best.
I think you have to say to every player, the nearest player to him, get close to him, put him under pressure, get his head down, don't let him feel like he can do what he wants on the pitch, because otherwise the magic wand comes up.
Remember we said exactly the same thing in '86, just before we placed Diego Maradona's Argentina. Didn't work.
He is remarkable. Just his first touch, his movement, how clever, the space he finds in the little small clever pockets. He's a one-off for me, and it was just great to be in the same stadium as him. Never mind compete against him like I have.
You'd love to play with him, wouldn't you? I mean,
just give him the ball.
You imagine.
Give him the ball and get on with it.
Hold on, at times you're playing in that Barcelona team, you've been a bit embarrassed by technique. Well, I would have been with my team.
I just want to be in a training ground. Yeah. I bet you there's stuff he does in a training ground that don't even get onto the pitch here that people go, wow. I mean, you speak to some of his teammates, current and ex-teammates, and they say, some of the stuff he done there, you can't even talk about it, it's that good.
¿Cuál es la siguiente pasión para ti?
Te digo, cuando mucho tiempo va, Barcelona venía a Los Ángeles. Ronaldinho fue un amigo mío. Estaba allá hablando con Ronaldinho y Ronaldinho me dice, Kobe, mira, te voy a presentar el juego que va a ser el mejor juego de todos los tiempos. Tú eres el mejor jugador. Él me dice, no, esto aquí va a ser el mejor. Fui Leonel Messi, tenía solamente 17 años.
Chiquito, además.
Chiquito.
Y la carrera que ha tenido ahora corresponde con el liderazgo y lo que te dijo Ronaldinho también, además.
To be playing, I was fortunate to play in that era when he was playing, and now to watch him, I feel lucky. He plays with pure clarity when he's playing. When he's running at that breakneck speed, the game is still clear in his eye. When other players, the normal people, it goes a bit fuzzy in them areas. When I went up to the opposing team's box and the ball come to me, I couldn't see hardly anything. And it's probably like that for some midfielders, a little bit clearer. But him, it's pure HD. That's what he sees when he plays the game. And that's why when he plays at it, he makes it look so easy.
I think Messi is one of a kind. What he's doing, I don't know if we will see another player do the things that he does, because he has his way of playing, the style, and to become that player, I don't think it's possible. That's why I say it's one of a kind. I had the luck that I saw him every day, and I saw what he was doing every day. So, I mean, I said it before, it's like playing PlayStation. You give the ball to the guy and you start to go through every player. And that's who Messi is. And I think we should be appreciating, especially Argentina should appreciate that they have a player like that, and they should enjoy him while he's playing, because it's a beautiful game.
One or two players, him now and Cristiano, when you go to get my kids say to me, Dad, tell me what it was like tomorrow when I wake up, please, just tell me what it was like to see him live. Yeah. There's only so many players.
Tell us what it's like to play against him live.
It's a nightmare. I played against him, I couldn't even touch him. Because he's so intelligent, he goes and plays in areas where he says to you as a defender, come on, come out to see me. And if you do go out there's a big hole that either he'll exploit himself or a teammate will exploit, and he'll pass it for him.
And when you go to him and you know he's going to...
he stands you up, jinx, and you go like that, and he's 5'2". He's underneath it, he's gone. He's so quick, he's so direct, and he just... When you normally get quick players, they don't know how to use it sometimes. He's quick and he's huge intelligence.
But he's got the technique as well for the tight areas. And even though he's maybe not half turned. He can turn either way and then create something from there.
Sometimes it's just God-given though. Yeah. He woke up, I'm sure the ball was just at the bottom of his bed when he woke up as a kid. in the cot, it was just there, he knew.
Rio just said, actually, imagine being Messi. Imagine having that. So what a footballer.
Ah, it's fantastic. I mean, I was there in 2004 and we'd done a pre-season to Japan with Barcelona, and he was in the squad with us. And I didn't know of him, and I saw him practice one day, and what's that? I asked Giovanni from Broncos, who's that? Oh, that's Lionel Messi. He's from Barcelona. He's going to come with us now. He was good then, but I could never expect him to be this good. He's fantastic. I mean, his close control of the ball, his awareness of the game, goal scoring, passing abilities is out of this world. He is special, and I mean, there's no more words really to describe him. I mean, you just have to look at it, and if you understand football, you understand how difficult the things he does are. And in the way that he does it is just fantastic.
He was a very small kid. You know, he didn't speak. He was very, very shy. The first training session we had with Leo, I was playing a bit more of a defensive midfielder, and we were doing this exercise of 1 against 1. In my head, I'm thinking that I'm going to get the ball easy, you know, from him, because I like to go on the floor and I like to tackle. But then I was seeing that he was coming with, the speed was not normal. He was coming very, very fast at me. And I was already shocked because I remember falling on the floor. You know, I lost stability and he scored the goal. So from that moment I said, hold on a second, we need to take this boy very, very seriously.
For me, genius, I think is the word that you choose, and I think the word is correct, genius. Lots of work, I don't know, I'm not there to see. A fantastic social life, it looks, yes. You don't see, you don't listen, you don't read many things about Messi wrongdoing in his personal, in his social life. So it looks like everything together.
Best player in the world for you now?
For me, over the five, I will go with Leo. I will go with Leo, although I respect Ronaldo a lot. I respect the amount of work he put into the game, the amount of dedication he has. But Leo is just a freak.
What's the difference between the two? Because everyone always debates about them. But
I would say
you've played with Messi, so what's the difference?
I will say, although Leo works a lot, but you have it's nice actually for the kids. You see one guy that it's kind of a gift. Like it's what he does is unheard of. I mean, I don't know if you will see that ever again. And you have a guy that does it with work. Everything that he ever did. You played with him. Luisa told me that he used to be in the gym for hours.
He's the hardest working footballer I've worked with.
That's my point. So you have that example. I'm not saying that Leo is not working. I'm saying that you see it more as a natural thing for him. It's more natural. Here, Ronaldo had to work really hard to reach the top. Within Leo, you have a guy like Leo, like it seems natural. I would say that's the difference, because after that, their mentality and the way they play is the same for me. They just want to be the man at any time, in training, whatever. I mean, Leo Messi, I don't know if you have seen Ronaldo doing what I'm about to tell you about Messi. And I played with a lot of good players. You know, the usual, okay, you know, I do a foul on you. And then, usually the bosses sometimes don't call the fouls in training. And you'll usually turn and you go like, what, that's not the foul, you know? You turn and like, no, it's not the foul. And you're like, how come it's not the foul? No, it's not the foul, play on. I mean, I've never seen that before. You will go like, what, it's not a foul? We're playing like a 7v7, like, it's not that short. Like kind of halfway line to the goal line. He will run. From that discussion, he will run. Go to the goalkeeper and say, give me the ball.
Like in school?
Give me the ball. Meanwhile, this is Barcelona's training. So if he has to go all the way, he has to pass Yaya Touré eventually, or Busquets, or Puyol, or Rafa Marquez, whoever is playing.
For the team. This is what I'm saying.
1-0. And I don't know a lot of people that can do that.
No.
In my career, I didn't see like that. Like, give me the ball.
That is like school football. That's what you would have done at school. That's what I had done at school.
That's my point. But we're playing in world-class players. And like making us look like we were not there. And that's where, for me, Messi has a little thing above everybody else.
Alan, you've played with some great players in your time here at Man City, at Barcelona and various other clubs. Who is the best player you've played with?
Oh, you know it. Definitely, Messi.
But why? Tell me why. Give me something that we don't know. What's he like in training? Is he the same in training? Does he do some crazy stuff in training? Any stories?
Yeah, but I will tell you something. I hear about Evra sometimes because I'll be able to talk with him quite few times. With Carlos Tevez as well, he said Cristiano Ronaldo is the type of player working hard, but Messi is different. Messi is like, genius, is like is type of guy, natural, And the training is always easy. It's always guys who is very good with the ball. He will never do crazy things. He will never work hard, you know what I mean? It's always, especially in the game, football game. It's type of Aguero, for example, because Aguero in the training ground is normal. He's just clever, look at that run, just try to be easy, just try to reserve himself for the game. Like Carlos Tevez, you've been working with Carlos Tevez as well.
He doesn't move in training.
When you get here on the team in training, definitely you're gonna lose it. But in the game, you can, it's different, deeply, because you can see the mentality of these guys, they totally dedicated on the game, In the training, they just sharpen us, just learn, just to be fit. But for them, the game is everything.
Who for you is the hardest player you've come up against, or the best player you've played against?
I think Messi again, because last year we played against him in Champions League. These previous 2 years we played against Barcelona.
Champions League. Oh, he had me off my seat.
He was more than good. I think. Yeah, because when I was coming close to him, I was looking, this guy don't want to put the ball on, because my father, my brother, my families, they were looking at me, even him. And the rest of them, when we get in there, he was loving. He said, yeah, look, I will put this guy, I will put Caño. Caño is like expression in Spanish. I will put the ball on his leg, and throw on his leg. And
he done Milner, he done everyone.
He done Girl Silva as well. And me, when I was coming close, I said, no, please.
So even Messi's in the change room laughing about these things, because when I was younger and playing, all I cared about if you could get one quick megs. Yeah. And he's doing the same. Yeah, this guy is brilliant. It's unbelievable. Him and Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho, I think with Ronaldinho, like Messi, they was the same. They will only take, hey, guys, be careful. If you come too close, look, be aware of me. You said, no, you come, you put and he goes. And he's the player who's very quick, you know what I mean? Can change his very quick. Messi's better than Ronaldinho?
Wow, they're two great players, Rio, to be honest with you, two great players. But Messi is type of genius, Messi is very good, very, very good. Play with him is fantastic. Against him, he's the worst.
So I played against him many times when he was coached by different managers in different positions on the pitch. And the only thing I can say is that progressively he was always better and better and better.
Before it was not that normal to see players at that age coming from so far. If you were very good, they could take you from somewhere in Spain. So of course, seeing someone coming from so far away at such a young age, we all thought, wow, this boy must be something really special. You need to be mentally very, very strong. You need to have a special character, otherwise you don't succeed. There is so many moments where you feel weak, where your head mislead you a little bit, that you want to go back to your family, you want to go back to your habits, to your friends. So I'm sure it was very tough, but I want to believe that we were good kids as well, and we tried always to be next to him and help him as much as we could.
No more words about this guy. Genius is the word for me. And for me, a question that I put in the other day when I was in another television channel is the question that I'm going to keep for a few times. Which Barcelona are we going to have when Messi decides to go home?
I went to Arsenal, and 3 or 4 months later I had like 2 days off, so I went back and my dad told me, listen, just here close to Barcelona, they're playing a tournament, your ex-team, and they're playing against Real Madrid. So I said, oh my God, I'd love to go and watch. Leo was playing as a number 10, and I've never seen anything like this. He was taking on players, he was getting past players, but with so much ease. They had to foul him so hard to stop him. I told my dad, I said, oh my God, Leo, he looks so much stronger as well. It's like he just made that change physically that no one could stop him. And that was the first day that I said, wow, I don't think I've seen anyone play like this at this age.
Sí, no, yo me acuerdo, yo me acuerdo la primera vez estábamos comiendo y claro, yo no sabía quién era.
Claro.
No sabía quién era. Y la primera vez me acuerdo y era... Él estaba sentado, me acuerdo, a la derecha mía, estaba Garay de frente mío y Formica al lado mío, el que jugaba de 3.
Sí, Lautaro.
Entonces, en un momento estaban hablando de unas zapatillas. Y Leo en un momento dice, sí, en Estados Unidos no sé qué escucho. Y yo dije, ¿y este? ¿Viste cuando decía de dónde?
Claro.
Claro, entonces yo no miraba mucho. Yo miraba partidos, pero de acá, de fútbol argentino, no miraba mucho. Y me dice... Y le digo yo, ¿cómo te llamas vos? A Leo le digo. Y Leo se acuerda, ¿eh?
Y que te la de facturar cada vez que se ve.
No, se cae de risa.
Claro.
Entonces me miro como diciendo, me dice, Lionel. ¿Viste? Yo, igual que yo casi, ¿viste?
Claro,
Lionel. Y tu apellido, le digo, ¿viste? Messi me dice. Y digo,
Pero es un diálogo para una película.
Sí, le digo, ¿pero tu apellido? Messi. Y entonces, claro, yo me quedé como diciendo, bien. Y por qué dice, ¿qué? ¿No sabés quién es? Y después ahí yo, por la noticia, vi que había un jugador de Barcelona y dije, este es este. Dije. Y ahí, claro, fue la noche esa que comí y cuando ya empezamos a entrenar dije, este vuela.
Claro.
Y después, bueno, de ahí él se cagó de risa conmigo, nos empezamos a cagar de risa y ahí pegamos buena onda y después Tojo nos pone juntos en la habitación y ya...
compartí una habitación ahí
Y ya compartí una habitación de 2005.
Sabemos que eres uno de los jugadores, tal vez el jugador más técnico del mundo, pero te voy a dar un reto. ¿Me puedes decir 5 jugadores que son más técnicos que tú?
¿Más técnico que yo? Bueno, más que yo... No lo sé si puedo decir eso con toda la humildad del mundo, pero me pongo ahí entre los que son más técnicos hoy en el fútbol, para mí. Son Messi. Para mí hoy, un jugador que quería estar junto y jugar, claro que es Messi. Porque es el número 1, es lo más grande de todos. Y creo que todos los clubes, todos los jugadores le encantan. Y bueno, todos querían jugar con él.
They took our soul. And Messi was the main ingredient. Hi guys. We're talking about Messi and how great he is and how he embarrassed us at Wembley and in Rome and whatnot. I've got to put myself through that, yeah? Okay. Yeah, Rome. That one you felt we could have and should have maybe won, maybe. When Messi scores the header in the Premier League against some players or even the Champions League against some players, no disrespect, I'd gamble on the lack of ability to be able to get the ball past me. I'd done that in the Champions League final and the problem was the person on the ball was Xavi. You got to know your players, you know you're dealing with. And then he put it on the sixpence for Messi, who scored an outrageous header, really. He hasn't scored many of them in his career, but he's done it in the big moment, and that separates the good from the great. We'd played against him before, and we'd locked him down. But this was a different Messi. This was Messi who had more freedom to run around and be central, whereas before he was really stuck wide, so you could pin him down a bit. Still great, but when he was allowed that freedom to be able to move and pop up anywhere and surprise you, it's like unplayable. Like, ridiculous. And he was actually better at Wembley. I remember standing on the pitch of Scholesy and watching them go and lift a trophy and just going, we just need to get off there because they took our soul. And Messi was the main ingredient. He was the player that I was meant to be able to get up against. He just played away from you and then all of a sudden he'd turn up, bang, he's there. Like, just a wonderful footballer, man. Just like, you can't put it into words how good he is. Quite a sombering moment. The feeling of being deflated and dejected and devastation and your heart's been ripped out on the pitch the way it had been. I'll tell you one thing, I was probably the drunkest I've ever been, probably for both of them finals we lost. The party was crazy because you're drowning your sorrows.
You try and break down situations and try and say you shoulda, coulda, woulda. But when it's happening at the speed that it happens, and when you've got a player like Messi who makes decisions quicker, more decisive and more effective than anybody else, it's almost like impossible. Prime time Lionel Messi, unplayable.
Why Messi is the best player I ever seen in my life? Because he's a competitor, he's an animal. And now we pass the ball and we take a look. When you pass the ball, attack the... You have to score the goals, guys. Messi pass the ball and goal machine smell the goal. And you have to cross it, you have to run.
It would be a dream for me. I would love to not only carry all the players I had in the past to achieve the level from Messi. So I would be a massive thing for my teams, because we would win a lot of games. I said many times since I am here. When I left Barcelona and I went to Bayern Munich and now in Manchester City, never asked Lionel Messi to come to join Bayern Munich or here when I was manager. I never went to the clubs, both clubs, and said I want this player. Never. So because I know how important is this guy for FC Barcelona. Messi's number 9, number 10, number 11, number 7, number 6, number 5, number 4.
Pep, there was a great international break for Raheem Sterling, who is getting more and more attention still. People saying that he is now nearly at that Messi, Ronaldo level. How near do you think he is to those two?
I'm so happy for him, for the way he's playing here and with the national team. Hopefully he cannot read too much and he cannot listen these kind of things. Will be good for him.
Why do you feel that's so dangerous for him to listen to? Would that not help his
because
confidence?
Nobody can compare with Cristiano and Messi. Nobody. Messi is a part. So he's a guy who scores 60 goals every season since the last 8, 9, 10 years. So he's a guy not just of that. It's just the way he plays football. In the past, I hear many times that guy is like Messi. That guy is like Messi. That guy is like Messi. It's not possible. The best is for just one. The best is Messi.
You mentioned greatest players in the world. You just have to tell me what it was like saving a penalty against Messi.
When we play him, you notice like what a player he is. There's not many situations where you come off the pitch and you go, we talk like children, like how. I know it's not. We're not in awe of him, but you just got to be honest. Because you just see the guy wandering around, totally oblivious to the game sometimes, and then all of a sudden, bang! And he's creating something, or he's scoring. You know, last year he put one past me. He came across the box and he like dubbed it with the outside of his foot, kind of here, but he knew exactly what was going on. And to save his penalty is a good feeling, a very good feeling, and to feel like because he put one past me last year as well. I kind of worked out in my head where's he going to put a pressure penalty, and he went down the middle, which was very unlike him. But again, it was quite a big pressure on this penalty, and I kind of put my eggs in the basket, tried to wait as long as possible, and went the right way.
I mean, it may well be Messi's last World Cup. He's never won it either. I mean, you're linked forever, the pair of you. To me, the greatest there's ever been. You're number one for me.
Thank you.
He's number 2. You're number 1 to you. He's number 2. But it's an amazing relationship you have, even though you're not, I know, great friends or anything, but you're always respectful when you see each other.
All the time.
But what do you think of him, Messi, now? As you both head to maybe your last World Cup.
As a football player?
Yeah, and as a person.
Amazing. Player is magic, top. As a person, we share the stage 16 years. Imagine, 16 years we...
At the highest level.
We share. So I have great relationship with him. I'm not friend of him in terms of, what I mean friend is the guy who is with you in your house, who speak on the phone. No, but he's like a teammate. He's a guy that I really respect the way he always speak about me. Even his wife, or my wife, my girlfriend,
they always respect. They are from Argentina. My girlfriend is from Argentina.
The World Cup dream does come to an end, but we just saw those images of Cristiano Ronaldo heading directly into the tunnel and just sobbing. And I think that really is an image that's going to hit Portuguese fans very, very hard. This era has come to an end. We knew heading into this tournament that this would be Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup. And I think I speak for all Portuguese fans. I hope I do. When you say two words, thank you. Thank you for bringing Portugal to the level that this Portuguese Federation currently is at. Thank you for giving Portuguese fans the ability to dream in the way that we now do. Thank you for smashing goal records and appearance records, as you just did today, equaling the all-time international appearance record. And I think it's quite beautiful, honestly, that he did it today coming off the bench. I think that really does tell the story.
Ronaldo, it's over. Yeah. It'd be surprising to see him at another major tournament for Portugal.
Yeah, it's disappointing the way it's ended. You saw scenes on the telly with him crying going down the tunnel because he probably thinks maybe this could be his last